Whoa. Well, my kitchen's still here. It's like there's some garbage back there behind it, but my kitchen is still here, and it's all cleaned out. Now that is part of the wall. So somebody was over here fooling around, which is good. I mean, if they're getting use out of it, that's great. Because this, if you remember, I bury this. And the stuff that I bury it with is nowhere around here. So, interesting. At any rate, I'm still gonna sit here and enjoy a cup of tea though. Kneel down on those for a minute. So, I told you guys I had my Trekker with me from Kelly Kettle. I'll show you guys how I did that. People are probably thinking, well, that's too heavy of a stove to carry with you. Not really. So, in the top of my bag here, I've actually got some of this Reflectix because it works really good. This is what I used all winter long as my reflector for my my hot tent. So I'm gonna keep it all out lengthwise. It's been raining here for the last 3 days, on and off. Where I'm at, this is almost like a clay, not a mud, so it's wet, but it's fairly solid. This is how I packed my bag today. Besides having my windscreen and my coffee spit on the outside, just in case I decide to use those, which I'm not today. I've got my axe, I've got my axe blade, and I've got my Baco Laplander on the side. As always, I have my heavy cover kit on the very outside. This is what I use a lot of the time to carry my food and my milk in. If I'm coming for a day hike, it's insulated. I spent $2 for it at Walmart, a long time ago, and then when I'm done with it, I'll show you, it's cool. When it's empty, I put my garbage in it. It just rolls up and I stuff it away. It's really important in the warmer weather, especially for somebody like me who brings milk. I don't bring a powdered milk. I like whole milk in my tea. So yeah, there's that. This is my coffee and my tea, and my extra seasonings that I carry along with me. Bushcraft Outfitters rain poncho. I took this out last night. I went for about a 2.5 hour hike, and kept me completely dry. Hung it up in the garage, aired it out, and rolled it back up and put it away. I don't even need to keep it in the stuff sack, but sometimes for me it just helps me keep everything organized. Along the side of my bag, right here, I have my Maxpedition Fatty Pack, which, as everybody knows, it's like my kitchen sink. My Hidden Woodsman Possibles pouch. Love this. Fits right along the side. Great grab handle to pull it up and out. And along the very side, my Kelly Kettle Trekker. Filled up with water. Complete unit, ready to go. I think that if you're gonna take a Trekker like this with like the type of kit I have right here, I don't really see a problem with it. Now, if you're in an area where there's plenty of water, I just bring a water filter, keep the Trekker empty, and go about your business. If you just take like the complete, like an ultimate kit here, you have a cup in there, you have a bowl or a dish, a pan, that's what I'm thinking of. You have a pan to cook with, pot grabbers, a grill plate, a hobo stove top. You're pretty much set with just this much. That's your complete cook kit, everything. Take a water filter, you're good to go. Just an option. I just have the stove and stuff like that because I want to use my canteen cup. It's kind of what I do. It's what I really like to use. That's my most favorite cup to drink out of. It just is. So anyway, let's get cooking. Some of the dust off it. I used it in the rain. And that's it. My tinder kit out here. I got some fat wood in here, some other dry wood to help me get this fire started. Everything is really wet, you can see, but I think if I get a hot enough fire, it'll burn just fine. There's some wood over here behind me underneath kind of an overhang, which I don't think will be a problem. I think that'll light up pretty well. I'm gonna go pick some of that up. And I threw some of these makeup cotton pads in here because I have some fine shavings, and these cotton pads, they really pick up the shavings. So if you have a tinder kit and then after a while you start to get little shavings, throw some of these little pads in here and they work really well to grab all these itty bitty shavings. It's really nice. I've been doing it now for a little while. I really like it. I'm not a big fan of the Vaseline cotton pad, but then again, if I need to use it, I definitely will. Did I just make some feathers on some fat wood? Better believe I did. There we go. These are semi-dry. I think they'll burn just fine. So I always hear about people finding or asking questions about, well, if it's been raining and I want to use a wood stove, how do I light my stove? Well, this is how you do it. Sometimes you carry a little bit of fat wood with you. It's okay to bring a fire starter. You know, your object is to enjoy yourself. These little sticks like this, they're wet on the outside. So you can clearly see they're wet, but they're dry in the middle. Okay, it's going to be a little bit longer of a burn. That's why I chose to use a fire starter down here. You don't always have to. If you want to take the time, you can actually take these sticks like this. Now, granted, I have a bigger knife, if you can see this or not. You can shave them down, okay? And on the inside of this stick, there's dry wood. See that? Plenty of dry wood. Man, my tea is gonna be ready very, 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 very soon. It's already taken off in there really well. But even if you have a stick this size, once again, take your knife. You can take the wet wood right off. It's only wet on the outside. Now, if you've had a lot of rain, I'm trying not to shove my blade into the dirt. If you've had a lot of rain, you probably have to trim down a little bit farther down into the twigs or the sticks or whatever, but don't go grab a big hunk of wood. Grabbing something like this that's been laying on the ground, it's no good. Okay, it's going to be wet all the way through. I picked this stuff up. This is dry hanging wood, okay? This is up on a branch. There goes an airplane above me. This was on a branch. You didn't find it on the ground. Some of this other small stuff that you'll find on the ground that's sticking up, it's okay to use that, but look how small it is, itty bitty. This stuff, dead hanging, dry hanging, it's good stuff. That fire's really going good in there. I'm gonna take this little grill top here, so stick it right there on top. Put some sausage patties right there on there. There we go. Let them cook up. Get rid of my garbage here. Get my tea steeping. It is fairly cold out. I don't want to lose all the heat I have in my mug. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. That's good. It's got that nice smoked flavor to it from slowly cooking over those coals and those embers. Oh, and the tea is great. So, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna enjoy the sounds of nature and enjoy the woods here. It's nice to come back to the woods that my kids have grown up in, you know, and that I have taken them through, and just it's a nice trip down memory lane. It really is. It's a good way to start off St. Patrick's Day for me. And I'm gonna eat this, and I'm gonna finish drinking my tea here. I've got enough water in my Trekker for another cup. and then I'm gonna make my way out of here and go wake up the kids. It's still early, like I said. The sun's only been up for about an hour and a half. The woods are still coming alive, waking up. So from me and my family, I want to thank everybody for coming along with me today and just kind of sharing this beautiful, beautiful morning. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.